Right now on Fox Champaign News at 5:30, Justice for Mary. Tonight, a Hoopeston man is behind bars for the murder of a Danville woman. Plus,
it's a threat because there are students here, it's people who work here, it's people who live here.
A string of attempted robberies on campus, but what has officers saying this is a strange case?
And women in law enforcement, what one group is doing to encourage more females to join the force. Fox Champaign News at 5:30 starts now. A Hoopeston man is now facing murder charges for the shooting death of a Danville woman.
That's right, but the investigation isn't over yet. Danville police say more people may have been involved in this deadly shooting. 32-year-old Johnny Sampson was arrested last night in the 1200 block of Daisy Lane in Hoopeston. Danville police worked with the Hoopeston Police Department, U.S. Marshal Service, and VMEG officers to make the arrest. Sampson is facing charges of 4 counts of murder. There is no bond for the warrant. The charges stem from the shooting death of 30-year-old Mary Thompson. Police say she was shot as she drove in the area of Lyman and Fowler in Danville on August 5th. She died the next day from a gunshot wound in the head. The murder investigation continues as police focus on other persons of interest. Sampson is being held at the Vermilion County Sheriff's Department. A string of attempted robberies on campus all in one night.
Yeah, University of Illinois police say this is a great concern, and with school starting up in less than a week, they say they need to catch those culprits fast.
That's right. Fox Champaign's M. Wynn is live on campus with more. M.
Doug and Angelica, although the times of the incidences aren't exactly reported, officials believe the first of 3 attempted robberies Sunday night started here at 6th and Springfield. And then they believe that the same offenders made their way into Urbana.
What you are seeing is surveillance footage of 3 male offenders on bikes chasing after one student on campus Sunday night. The suspects demand for money and show what the victim believes is a knife. University of Illinois investigator Lieutenant Tom Geis says he believes this incident is related to 2 more attempted robberies in the same night.
It's a little concerning because this is the start of the new school year and there's new students coming back. We do have crime here. We're not crime free, but it is a reminder to us that we all have to be aware of our own safety and our surroundings.
Officials believe the first incident happened at 6th and Springfield around 8:45 p.m., then again in the 200 block of North Goodwin Avenue, and again at Kohler and Main Street. Investigators say there is only surveillance video for one of those incidents. Students say this is frightening.
I'm going to the library, I'm staying, going to the bars or whatever, and I'm doing that on a pretty regular basis. So it's like one of these days it might be me.
And nobody wants to walk around, worried about getting robbed or anything else. It's just a bad situation overall.
Nothing was stolen from the victims and no one was hurt. And in the last attempted robbery, the offenders ran away from the victim, who pulled out his phone, shouting back that it was all just a joke. Lieutenant Geis says, joke or not, they are working hard to find these offenders. 3
in a row quickly is pretty brazen people, but we don't know who they are right now, so we would like to catch them.
This fall, the U of I PD is slated to put up 8 more surveillance cameras on campus to combat campus crime. But they let me know that none of these cameras coming in will be put up in any of the attempted robbery areas. Reporting live in Champaign, I'm M. Wynn. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Em. New tonight, we are seeing a rise in female law enforcement officers in the local workforce.
And it's part thanks to a committee of 6 women in Champaign County. These women are local officers in police department, sheriff's office, and fire departments. They say it's important to inform all females of any age what it means to be a part of the public workforce. Champaign Police Department Sergeant Catherine Thompson is one of the founders of the group. She says it's an honor to be part of making a positive change for women in the community.
It's good to spread the information and let women know that you can be successful, you can do the job. There's no requirements that you can't be a mom or you can't be this or you can't be that. You can absolutely do the job, and it shows with the different people we have on our committee.
Thompson says the initiative started with officers pointed out the vast discrepancy in the number of females and males applying to the workforce. The group is holding an informational women's law enforcement fair in Champaign on September 24th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Parkland office.
More than 1,000 people are expected to die on Illinois roads this year. That's according to data from the safety and insurance industry. So far this year, 629 people have died in crashes. That number is up 50 people from the same period in 2015. Last year, there was a total 998 traffic fatalities, which was the highest number since 2008 when 1,043 people died. A statistics manager for the National Safety Council says the increase has been in rural interstates. In 2014, Illinois increased the speed limit on those roads from 65 to 70 miles per hour.
Well, we've seen a variety of weather conditions today, depending on your location. You may have been under the clouds, might see a little bit of sun, and maybe even a few of you maybe experienced a little bit of rainfall as well. Now, as we get into the overnight tonight, we do expect our skies to at least partially clear. Could see the development of some patchy fog once again. Lows tonight down into the mid-60s. Here's pretty much the story as we got into the day today and through the afternoon. Not really seeing much activity, just a few scattered showers, and still seeing at least some activity here in east central Illinois. Let's take a closer look. These have been very, very spotty, very small cells of maybe some brief heavy rain, even in some areas as they continue to move out to the east, and we're still seeing them just a little south of the I-74 corridor there in Vermilion County at the present time. So as we get into the overnight, partly cloudy skies expected, but through the day tomorrow we hope to see some sunshine. But look at this. Maybe some more showers on the way. We'll detail all of that for you with the Storm Team forecast coming up. Angelica, back to you.
Thank you, Doug. Happening now, the State Farm Center is looking to hire people to join their event staff team. They will be hosting walk-in interviews next week. They are looking for employees to greet and direct guests, scan tickets, and staff the new Illinois Premium Seating Club. The walk-in interviews will be held next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 3:30 to 8 p.m. No appointment is necessary. They are just simply asking potential employees to show up during the open interview time periods.
In tonight's Capitol Watch, Governor Bruce Rauner has signed legislation that sets training standards for those who provide care to people with Alzheimer's disease. He signed the law in effect on Monday. It outlines how long caregivers need to be trained and what should be included in the curriculum. It also establishes advertising guidelines for businesses that provide care to those suffering from the disease or dementia. A bill sponsor says this measure gives senior citizens and their families certainty as they make health choices. The law takes effect immediately.
Another company is dropping out of the Affordable Care Act. Aetna announced Monday they will be leaving the insurance exchange for 2017, further reducing the competition. This leaves only 6 companies selling plans for next year to individuals and families on the Illinois Obamacare marketplace. Aetna will continue to sell coverage off the exchange. The company declined to say how many Illinois customers it serves nationally. It covered about 838,000 people through the individual exchanges. The company says they have been overwhelmed with higher than expected costs, particularly from expensive specialty drugs. Coming up on Fox Champaign News at 5:30, the Department of Justice is spending hundreds of millions of dollars. Hear where they are sending your taxpayer money.
Plus, we're going to take a look through the Fox Champaign Tower Cam. A full check of your Storm Team forecast is coming up. You're watching Fox Champaign News at 5:30. According to the watchdog group Judicial Watch, the Department of Justice is giving hundreds of millions of dollars to U.S. sanctuary states and cities.
And actually rewards those havens shielding violent, undocumented immigrants from deportation.
Now, how could the DOJ, which is supposed to enforce the law, be doing this?
Our national correspondent Jeff Barn talked one-on-one with the immigration experts to find out.
Sanctuary cities and states are jurisdictions refusing to report illegal immigrants to law enforcement. According to the Center for Immigration Studies, there are 340 such havens nationwide. Yet Judicial Watch says a sampling of just 10 havens from California to Philadelphia got more than $340 million of your tax money from the DOJ.
And who does that benefit? Illegal aliens who commit crimes that these cities have in their jails. And some of those guys are released onto the streets to go on and kill people, like Kate Steinle.
Kate Steinle was fatally shot in San Francisco last year. The Mexican national who reportedly confessed to the crime had been deported 5 times. Immigration experts say roughly 1,000 criminal aliens per month are never reported to the federal government. And that's the biggest reason why they say this money should not be going to places that break federal immigration laws.
The law is that a local community or a state can't get in the way of the police communicating with the federal government about someone's immigration status.
After contacting the DOJ for comment, we received an email describing its role doling out these grants. The DOJ oversees the State Criminal Alien Assistance Program, or SCAP. It reads in part, SCAP funds must be used for correctional purposes only, such as salaries for corrections officers, construction for corrections facilities, and training or education for offenders.
But that money is given specifically because of illegal immigrants that they have in their custody.
Texas Congressman John Culberson led the charge to get the DOJ to update federal guidelines this year. His office told me the congressman is working to force these sanctuary havens to change their behavior. In Washington, I'm Jeff Barn reporting.
Our mission here at Fox Champaign is to connect the presidential candidates to our viewers to better inform and empower them.
That's right. We have reached out to the presidential candidates to participate in extended interviews, not only with our station, but our 65 sister stations across the country.
Yeah, that's why we want to hear from you. Tell us what you want to know from the candidates. What issues are relevant to you? What would you ask Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? Share your thoughts.
We want to give you a voice in this historic and important race for the White House. Please share your thoughts with us on email or on Facebook.
Fair conditions for the most part this afternoon, although some are still seeing a few scattered showers. As we look out to the east, we're seeing a few of those cloud tops out there, which indicates a few scattered showers. We got the possibility of maybe even seeing some more tomorrow. I'll let you know what to expect coming up next here on Fox Champaign News at 5:30.
People living in Indiana are still cleaning up after a slew of severe storms swept through the state Monday night. The National Weather Service says a half-dozen tornadoes could have touched down in central Indiana. The NWS released a preliminary report that shows 6 tornadoes hit several counties. The powerful storms knocked down trees and power lines and ripped siding off of houses. No reports of anyone injured by the severe weather. Check that video out.
Yeah, that's the same storm system that went through our area. It didn't leave anything like that for us. It just sort of skipped right over us and went over into central Indiana. So we dodged that one.
Yeah,
we're still dodging severe weather, most certainly. Things are pretty nice out there, all things considered. We got a few scattered showers. Seeing those pop up here through the afternoon. Drove through one in Rantoul on my way over. Some pretty torrential rain, at least for a brief period of time before things started to clear out. Looking out to the east, out across campus, and every once in a while, if you look real close, you'll see a little black speck here. We got wasps that are flying around the tower cam once again. They think that's the hotel that they're going to be staying at for the rest of the season. So we're going, yeah, you see them pop up there? There you go. That's what we're seeing as we look out to the east. Now, the weather outlook for the overnight tonight, partially clearing. We do expect to be under partly cloudy skies at some point during the evening, and I think that's pretty much the case now. Things have pretty much cleared out. Patchy fog with lows down into the mid-60s, but here are those scattered showers. We saw lines of them here from the northeast down to the northwest, and seeing another repeat here. These move off to the east and pretty much dissipate, and then you'll see another line form. And this is what we're seeing now right across Vermilion County, all the way up into Warren County, Indiana, a little north of Lafayette, seeing some information there. And there we go. We lost our key there. Live Doppler, though, indicating those showers and storms. Satellite radar, as we look out across the region, there it is. There's that storm moving out to the east. Things have pretty much quieted down, though, over our area. Things are pretty quiet, except for this low pressure trough that is moving down into our area, just sort of hanging over mid-Illinois. So that could bring us a few scattered showers once again tomorrow afternoon, unfortunately, and then maybe even on Thursday. That's a possibility as well. High pressure, though, moves in. It's a fairly weak system, but we will see another cold front start to make its way into our area, and that'll be our chance of seeing some additional precipitation as we end the week, late Friday into Saturday. There's those scattered showers that we're just showing you, and as we advance this into tomorrow afternoon, we're seeing perhaps another batch to develop across east central Illinois before they finally weaken and dissipate right behind it. So here's the forecast for tonight. 65 degrees, becoming partly cloudy with some patchy fog late. Winds out of the southwest, fairly light. That'll be the story tomorrow as well. Mostly sunny skies, warmer, and there it is. Just an itty-bitty chance of maybe seeing a few scattered showers through the afternoon, topping out maybe about 5 degrees higher than we were today. 85 expected tomorrow. Ditto for Thursday, not really showing that chance of showers there, but it's certainly there. 30% chance of showers late Friday night, and then into Saturday, a 50% likelihood of showers and storms. And then as we get into early next week, look at these temperatures down into the 70s with plenty of daytime sunshine. Here's a look at our highs today in the low 80s, 79 in Mattoon, Charleston. Look at the temperature difference, though. We're about 6 degrees higher now than we were this time yesterday in Champaign. Currently looking at temperatures around 81 in Champaign, 78 degrees in Danville currently. So a pretty pleasant afternoon, all things considered. But next week, not only are the temperatures down, humidity levels will be down as well. Overnight lows down into the 50s. That's an indication of low humidity. So you'll be able to turn the air conditioner off.
I was going to say, finally,
Yeah,
save
there
some
you
on
go.
my bill.
You got it.
Coming up, our two-a-days tour continues. Sports director Louis Del Rio was in Tolono visiting the Unity Rockets. Hear his interview with head coach Scott Hamilton next in sports. You're watching Fox Champaign News at 5:30.
And our next stop on the two-a-days tour, we're in Tolono with the Unity Rockets and head coach Scott Hamilton. Scott,
hey,
appreciate you coming on.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for coming out.
All right, so going into your 23rd season, 22 years here leading Unity, does the excitement of a new season, a new challenge ever get old?
No, you know what? It's exciting this time of year every time, and you know, we look forward to it. And it definitely beats being in the weight room and doing all that summer stuff. You get to come out and start working towards the main goals, and you know, hoping all that work you did in the off season pays off.
An amazing run you've had here. You've been here 22 years. You've led Unity to 22 playoff appearances. Last year, you got to the state title game. When you lose the way you guys did after a season that you had, what is the mindset of your guys? You have so many returnees coming back. What's the mindset leading into camp?
You know, I don't know. You know, I think that our mindset has just been, you know, try to get better every day. And, you know, we had a great run last year with, you know, we got hot at the right time and peaked at the right time. And, you know, what our job to do is to make sure that we're not peaking week 1, 2, 3, 4, but to make sure that that we prepare ourselves sound so that in the end we're playing good football.
Your schedule coming up, obviously St. T week 1, a big game. Now, as a coach, you can't say this. Every game is important. Every game is big. But another game on that schedule, of course, is St. Joe, October 15th. That's obviously circled, which we actually have on Saturday Night Rivals. It'll be a Saturday night game, so everyone's sort of going to be watching in the entire area. How excited is not only you, the team, the community, everyone for a game like that, the magnitude, and especially, you know, how important it could be later down in the season?
Yeah, it's you know, it's been a fun game for a long time, and it'll be a little different this year with Coach Duvall not being on the other sideline and having to try to figure some things out. But you know, there's no doubt that the TV crew going to be here will spice up some things and make it a little extra special. But you know, it's been, you know, probably most important. It's been a great rivalry for a long time, and it's been a positive rivalry for communities, for kids, for coaches. You know, so often you hear about these negative rivalries and all the bad things that go on, and you know, this is the opposite of that. And you know, it's a fun game, and it's you know, if things hold true, maybe I don't want to win the regular season game because the guy who's won regular season hasn't done so well a few weeks later in the playoffs. But you know what, we look forward to that one, and you know, in reality, we look forward to the season. We've got Monticello on another rivalry game in week 4 on Saturday night, and you know, that's turned into a huge rivalry game with Coach Welter. And you know, we're in a great league with a great schedule against a lot of really good opponents, so it's awful fun.
So here in Tolono, our two-a-day stop here at Unity with head coach Scott Hamilton, going into his 23rd season as the head coach. You've been in 22 appearances this year, hoping to get that state title.
That's right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, coming up tonight at 9, we'll have their rivals here on two-a-days, the St. Joe Ogden Spartans.
All right, thank you, Louie. Well, coming up tonight on Fox Champaign News at 9, a romantic gesture is catching the eyes of drivers on Champaign Springfield Avenue. A billboard that says, "Lindsay, will you marry me?" We actually sat down with Dan, the local man who proposed to his longtime girlfriend. So did she say yes? Find out tonight at 9. I know Doug Quick is in suspense. I have not told him the answer to that.
Place your bets. Place your bets. There we go. Live Doppler seeing some scattered rain showers, including one sitting right over Danville at the present time, and maybe right around the Fairmount area as well. Over the next 7 days, well, more chances of those scattered showers tomorrow. Things could improve here as we finish out the week. Daytime highs in the mid-80s. Look at next week, though. Daytime highs in the mid to upper 70s. So there's a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll have the update for you tonight at 9 o'clock. Be sure and join us.